what is sort of the interest in applications for serving video?
What's most important, obviously, is you want to be able to engage with your audience or your customers, no matter what sort of vehicle they want to access content for. So when we talk to our customers, we really focus on three primary sort of interfaces. So obviously the PC web experience is sort of the most important. But on the mobile side, there's actually both subtle differences between what you can deliver on what we call mobile web applications versus mobile app applications. And the mobile web and the mobile app are both really important platforms to deliver content to. Addressing and building a mobile website is really important to really help support ad hoc nature of how people find, discover, and share content. So, fundamentally, we believe that over time, every professional organization in the world is wanting to be ready for the mobile web and be able to leverage technologies like HTML5 and Flash Player 10.1 to deliver video into those systems. But people also want to be able to have a really strong and persistent relationship with their audience and customers, and that's where apps really play into being. So we have both SDKs for the Apple ecosystem and the Android ecosystem to allow people to sell or offer applications for download to allow them to sort of push content to them on a more regular basis.
What do you tell publishers who want to monetize their videos and create apps at the same time?
It's definitely for video advertising. It's a little bit on the early side. There's a pretty robust market for banner and image advertising. There are more and more companies, particularly firms like Freewheel and a number of different ad networks that are starting to deliver video advertisements into these platforms. Obviously, the most critical nature is to get enough audience onto those to make the traffic for that to be really meaningful. But my expectation is, within the next 3 to 6 months, there's going to be a really healthy, robust market for advertisements on video advertisements on these mobile platforms.
Let's talk for a moment just about the convergent television. What are some of the early platforms for that web video I should say for internet video to find its way onto big screens?
I would say that connected television platforms are still more of an experiment for most companies to start showing thought leadership and sort of cutting edge, forward-looking thinking for their customers and their audiences. A few of the platforms that we've worked with really closely include, Boxy, Yahoo's connected TV program, but we're seeing more and more interest, both from device manufacturers and from these platforms that are delivering technology to really try and build standards and simplify the process that would allow media companies to publish to these systems. So I think over the next 12 months, a lot of that will become a lot more simpler, and consumers, I think, are going to be increasingly buying new televisions that will just have these capabilities natively in it. In the early days, the primary problem that had to be solved was playback. Playback essentially is a solved problem. You can get video online. What's really the hard part now is this proliferation around different technologies in different environments and key systems that need to be integrated and put all together. And that sort of complexity curve is actually increasing and accelerating right now. So the part of the goal that we have at Brightcove is really to just simplify and remove that complexity for our customers' life to allow them to focus on what they do best, which is create great content, market that content, and sell great products.